Johanna. Hey guys, this junk journal with me is probably going to be the last one in this particular journal. So I'm nearly done in this journal, and this week I'm just going to try and whip together a little notebook for me to use throughout Christmas or December. And then in the new year, I'm going to be starting in a new journal. So that means that very, very soon I'm going to have a flip through of this journal up on my channel. And then I'm going to be doing my journal with me videos in the notebook until next year. So there'll still be a video each week, but in this particular journal, I'm going to be stopping working in here because it's really full and pretty much finished. So you can look forward to a flip through coming really, really soon. Today's process is another pretty simple and quick one. I have a couple of photos from the weekend. We just set up a little paddle pool in our backyard for the kids, and so I have two photos that I'm working with, and I just chose these pages towards the front of my journal. I just felt like they kind of matched in with what I'm journaling about, and there's really not that many pages left to pick from. Those little doily sort of pieces were sent to me, and so I'm not exactly sure where they came from, but they're really pretty. They're like a little bit textured, and they're, I guess you would call them like a frame or a doily or something. I thought they'd be nice to frame photos and to try and use for journaling if they're not too textured. So I'm just choosing one, and I'm just trimming one of my photos down so that it will fit nicely within the pattern on that little piece. So I chose this square one, and then I just trimmed my photo down so that it won't cover up the patterns around it, and I just stuck that down with some double-sided tape. For the other photo, I'm just keeping it full size, and I'm not doing anything special to that one. I'm just going to stick it straight down on the page, again with double-sided tape. And then I just took some of this pretty crepe paper washi tape, and I'm just using that along the top and bottom of the photos that I put on the page. So just tying in some more of that blue colour that you see on the patterned paper on the left. So the paper on the left is from Sunny Days, and the paper on the right is from my printable paper collection called The Lake. So both of these patterns I felt like matched really well with like the grass in the photos, and then the one of the ladies swimming in the pool matches in with the paddle pool theme. Even though you couldn't really get a floaty and float in a paddle pool, it's still tied together for me. So I added a couple of little phrase stickers also from Sunny Days, and then I took another one of those little doily pieces and I just folded it over the top of the page there. I'm just going to use my stapler to attach that to the page. I also just put my stapler through the stickers that I added just to make sure they weren't going to go anywhere. Then I just pulled out a little scrap of vintage ledger paper, and I'm just going to use that on the bottom of the page there just so that I have a little bit more writing space. So I'm not doing a whole heap of journaling for this page, but I did want to write just a little bit about the photos and what we did over the weekend. So I just put that little strip down the bottom, and that just creates a space for me that's not too busy to write on top of. Then I'm just looking at these stickers. These are from the Flourish collection, which I'm really trying to use up, and I thought that these little bug stickers were perfect because after the kids kind of got sick of the pool, we just did like a little treasure hunt where I would just like come up with something that the kids had to find in the backyard, so like a certain coloured rock or a leaf or something like that, and I felt like the bug stickers just tied in well with all those little details that they were looking for in the garden. So I've done my journaling now. I'm just taking another scrap of vintage ledger paper, and I'm just trimming this down into sort of like a skinny little list piece, and I'm actually just writing, I wrote find as the title, and then I'm just writing down all the things I could remember that I asked the kids to find. So it just is sort of like a little piece that will sort of jog my memory of what that game was, and all the little things that we were looking for in the garden. I just trimmed off the extra at the bottom, and then I'm just seeing if I want to glue that down onto the page or if I can tuck it in somewhere. And I really liked the way it just sat behind the journaling on the little doily piece. And then last of all, I'm just taking this little, it's like a die cut piece from a crepe paper collection, and it's got these two little holes punched out of the top. So all I did was just draw with my pen on the page where I needed to meet to make my own holes on the page, so that I could actually just thread some thread through both sets of holes and tie it onto the page instead of stapling it or gluing it or whatever. So it just adds a little bit more interest and a little bit more texture to the page. So I just tied that little bit of twine in a little bow, and then I just trimmed off the excess, and that is the journaling process for today. So like I said, a really, really quick and simple one. So there you can see all the little details of the page. Very, very easy and quick to put together, but I still feel like it's interesting to look at and will help me remember just those little moments that you may not remember if you didn't take the time to document them. I hope you guys enjoyed this journaling process today. I will see you very soon with some more videos. Bye!